is a new day. Pull your bridges up and tie your shoelace. Don't worry about them haters, send them bouquets. Get that dough in a few ways. Pack your tears up inside your suitcase, cause it's a long ass.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to Soulful Saturday. This is part of the week where we wrap it up. We wrap up the weekly videos I do on my social media, and I wrap it into a nice bow and put it on the spiritual, the Soulful Saturday category. Alright, so this week we were talking about a book where I was sharing some information from a book called The Mind-Gut Connection, written by a medical doctor, Dr. Emeran Mayer, MD. And he's one of many. I've been really focusing a lot on the mind-gut connection for multiple reasons. One, I've been doing nutrition. Well, I'm registered as a nutritional consultant for the last, I'd say, 20 years. But I've been, working more, leaning more to the physical body, the spiritual, and so on. But lately, multiple reasons why I've been leaning back into nutrition, because I've found out it's really become highlighted to me with the kind of an increase in all the autoimmune conditions that are going on today, that I got to lean back into nutrition again and see what's going on. A lot of research going on the gut-brain connection, the mitochondria. There's so much research now on showing that we're looking outside of ourselves to find answers to common autoimmune, where the body's attacking itself, conditions. Alzheimer's, dementia, brain disorders, nervous system disorders, MS, autism, cancer. There's been such a rise in those areas. So I wanted to lean back into that area again, into my nutrition, and dig deep in. So I've been doing a lot of research on the gut, because that's been coming up a lot. So watch these videos anyways, and I'll be back to tell you more. All right, peace. Hey everybody, what's going on? Rise and shine. All right, so we started a new week now. It's a short week for us here in Canada. We had Thanksgiving this past weekend, and I hope a lot of you stopped and just thought about what you're grateful for and what you're thankful for. A lot to be thankful for, actually. No matter what's going on outside, as long as you woke up, you got connection to family, you got some love, you got some support, a roof over your head, you got lots to be blessed for. So anyways, new look. I want to really reiterate why I do these videos every morning. See, I've always been interested in how do I achieve the best out of my life? How do I get up every day and attack life? Because this is not the dress rehearsal, as they say. So I want to look at different avenues. How do we get to that peak performance level? And I realize it's not just on one level. You got to get your mind, body, and soul. So this week, let's take a look at this book, Mind-Gut Connection by Emeran Mayer. It's a great book about the brain-gut connection, what you put in your bodies, what feeds your mind. Hey everybody, what's going on? Rise and shine. All right, so we are talking from the book Mind-Gut Connection by Emeran Mayer. All right, so this book reveals some of the things I think we intuitively know. We know that the gut is part of how our entire makeup, and the gut tell our brains a lot, or else we wouldn't use the words, I'm feeling it in my gut, or a gut reaction. We intuitively know it. But here's what's also that we missed, we got misinformed on: bacteria. The quality of the bacteria in your gut determines your level of peak performance. We are filled with thousands of species of microbes in our gut. From mouth to anus, we are just one big bacteria-filled organism. But it's what you feed it that matters most. It's what you feed that enables that gut to give your brain the right signals it needs to perform at that high level. So today, as you go through your day, I want to think about how much are you feeding the bad bacteria, especially with sugars and refined carbohydrates. Give that some thought, and I got more tomorrow. Peace. Hey everybody, what's going on? Rise and shine. All right, find your center. That's what we're talking about. All right, so have you ever wondered out there why so many autoimmune conditions affecting us? We're talking anywhere from dementia, Alzheimer's, autism, cancer, you name it. Just name any of the autoimmune diseases, and they're on the rise. And although medicine's amazing, I love it, I'm not knocking it, but I think we're doing it the wrong way. We're looking outside of the body, and when you take a cell, you focus on one condition outside of the body, you're not including the emotions, everything else that goes on with the human being that makes it whole. So this is a great suggestion in this book, The Mind Gut, and everyone who's researching the gut. It could be the lack of diversity in the gut that's causing the problem over the years now, that we're reducing the diversity in the gut. When you don't have that diversity, you can't keep up with the changing viruses and bacteria that are coming in, and the bacteria need to battle. So it needs diversity. Something to think about. Hey everybody, what's going on? Rise and shine. Alright, so this week we're focused on the mind and gut connection. It's a book by Dr. Emeran Mayer, MD. Alright, so I got a question for you. Something to think about. How many times have you found yourself behaving in a way that's totally unlike yourself? You can actually watch yourself outside your body and go, what the hell am I doing? Why am I acting like this? Well, a lot of times I want you to think about that connection between the mind and the gut. Those microbes that are living inside you in that tube also have a desire to survive and to proliferate. So they can hijack your mind, and before you know it, you're doing things that seems out of your control. So this is the reason why you want to really focus on bringing the health back to that gut, because they're interconnected completely. Here's how. The enteric nervous system and the autonomic nervous system, both unconscious parts of the body that control the mind. So protect the gut and protect the mind so you can find your... Alright, so that was a wrap up of the week. I only have a minute every time on social media, so I only get to touch the topics and move on. I try to keep the topics as light as I can, and because at the end of the day, I'm speaking to the general public, not people who are into nutrition. I don't think that's my audience. And I enjoy sharing information, and I love it when I can make this more complex simple, and I hope I'm doing that to help you to get it, the power, because a lot of people still don't realize the power of what they put in their mouth and what it affects their body. In my book, you'll see I have mind, body, soul. Under body, I have chemistry, because I realize that once things pass the mouth, the taste buds, because that's what we really eat for. We eat to get a feeling. We eat emotionally. But once it passes the tongue and it gets down into the body, it becomes chemistry. Right as soon as your digestion starts in your mouth and it starts to really get assimilated in the small intestines, and in the stomach it gets broken down by acids and so on and so on. But once it gets into the body, it becomes chemistry, amino acids, phytonutrients, micronutrients, macronutrients. It really gets broken down. And how it affects you, sometimes because of inflammation in your body, you can have what they call a leaky gut, and it seeps into the bloodstream, and it can float anywhere into the bloodstream. At the brain, they've even found gluten in the brain structure, and it can really cause a lot of conditions that look like even ALS on a scan. So what you put in has a huge effect on you. Now next week I'm going to continue with this because the book's got so much more in it, and I want to share some more. But I want you to realize that a lot of times you can do your best to practice spiritual practices and to implement all these feel-good things. But if your chemistry's off, if those microbes in your gut are causing an attack on you and hijacking your entire enteric nervous system and affecting how your brain, your hormones, and affecting how you think and how you function. And those microbes have their own needs and desires. And it's amazing when you read this book how much effect they can have on your mental processing and thinking. And sometimes, and you've maybe gone through this, where you want to avoid, your willpower is great, and you want to avoid, say, eating something. And next thing you know, you're eating it. The space between stimulus and response just goes right away. That sometimes you're acting and behaving in ways where you're like, why am I even doing that? And sometimes, again, gut bacteria can be the problem. That's why so many people can be off their game and they don't know why. So what I would advise you to do in this facet is seek out a professional. I want you to, the reason why I create these videos, I want you to become aware. Obviously I can't, if you're distanced away from us, I can't treat you unless you come into where I am. But what I want to do is bring you awareness. There's lots of great practitioners out there that you can go to, but I want you to be aware of what to even ask for. So I want you to start to think about your gut and how it affects you. You can read the book yourself. It's a great book. It's pretty, I would think it's pretty late. There's a couple of technical terms in it, but the gist of it, you'll get it. So I want you to start to think about how much the gut affects you on a mental, physical level. And it'll affect your spirit, your soul. This is why I put it under here. So give that a try. The mind-gut connection. I want you to become truly aware of how these microbes in our body, they were here before us, And we have trillions in our body, and what you eat and how you think totally affects the microbiota, and that changes the environment, and that starts to affect you. So give that a thought, something to think about. I'm going to stretch your awareness. I'm going to raise your consciousness. And next week I'm going to continue, and we'll take this all up again. But if I can help connect you, or if you have any questions about what to ask, just connect with me at the bottom. Leave some comments. Personally connect with me, and I will answer those questions the best I can. I've been really swamped just with so many things. So if there's a delay in getting back to you, I'm watching the threads, and some are being answered and by our own community, and I get back on there as much as I can to moderate the questions. So let me know how I can help. Visit our website, the Center for Healing Performance.com, and Journey to Personal Greatness.com is under construction right now because we're revamping, but you can visit that a little later. And if we can help you in any way, more seminars are coming up. We're doing our greatness event again, and we're doing entrepreneurial greatness. If we can help you in any way, that's what we're here for. That's our passion. Let us know. All right, until next time. Figure out how your mind and your gut are connected, if it's part of the problem, and get to that solution. Until next time, I want you to be relentless about your pursuit for what brings you joy. We call it personal greatness. Peace and love. Have a great weekend.
Up and tie your shoelace. Don't worry about them haters. Send them bouquets. Get that dough in a few ways. Pack your tears up inside your suitcase. Cause it's a long ass road. Sometimes it's overbearing. Feels like a plane's cargo. Or just having dreams of job of mercy or law goes. I love them shits, but I don't wanna pay a car note. I puff a little, but I'm sure not blowing all smoke.